Yes, Mzansi, welcome back. Your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Health Tuesdays, and of course with that, everything that involves health, when it's your mind or your body. Now listen to this. 20 years after becoming the first person to cycle around the perimeter of Africa, Manser has adapted his memoir, Around Africa on My Bicycle, to appeal to younger audiences to educate them about the continent. Now, he joins us this morning to discuss the release of his new children's book, My First African Adventure. Now this, after teaming up with local journalist Murray Williams to complete the book. Now both of them are in studio this morning, so let's give them a nice big warm Expresso. Welcome! Yeah. Firstly, Murray, welcome to the studio, man. I haven't met you officially. How are you doing?
Yeah, thank you. I know you've met Riaan about 1,000 times, so I'm the newbie here, so thank you.
Okay, well, I'm still waiting to crack the nod, so you're luckier than me. Yeah, and of course, it's always great chatting to you, brother. The last time you spoke, you were coming from the Antarctic, and now you just more adventures and more incredible stuff. And I see you doing something incredible. You've adapted the book for children as well. Why? What's the reason for that, man?
Well, listen, you know, I've got a little boy. Yeah. You guys will meet a little bit later, but the story was pretty cool, man. I was training for the epic. I was cycling up a big hill in Somerset West. From the other side, here comes a guy on a little postman bicycle with his little daughter in the front, and his little daughter shouts from the side of the road. So obviously, Murray's seen me. Okay. His daughter screams from the side of the road just to say, Uncle Riaan, you need to write a book for children. And I was thinking, what's going on? And Murray just comes across and he says, listen, Riaan, we really have to. And like about 10 days later, we were sitting in the coffee shop and we're starting to put this together. It is for a younger audience, but I'm telling you, the parents are going to enjoy it as well.
And the big kids like me
yeah,
as well.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Very proud of it.
Let me ask you, though, what is it that makes the book so unique and different, and especially that being a children's book as well?
Yeah, sure, thank you. I mean, in some respects, it doesn't even feel like a book. It's more like a movie. This is a bit like James Bond and Harrison Ford and a whole lot of adventurers wrapped into
Who's
one.
James Bond between the two of you?
No, it's all him. So, I mean, on page by page, you'll find Riaan being chased by crocodiles, strangled by snakes, jumping off buildings, you know, everything that a proper James Bond would do. But this is the point. It's true. This is a true story. There are 120 pages here which document an actual adventure by a real South African who happens to be right here. And you can see the scars on his body, on his face, and in his heart are the consequence of being that real, authentic person. So that's the best part. This is a true story.
This is like, man, like your memoirs. Like, this is the life of, all like encapsulated. I think the last step after this is going to potentially be a movie, right? Yeah, you never know.
It's a children's book to a movie. That's a good idea.
Listen, there's something more unique about this, and I know there's so much that I'm dying to ask you, but I want to get into the nitty-gritties of this because I see there's this unique QR code option that you can sort of interact with and engage with the book. What is going on there? How does that work, man?
We just wanted to make the book engaging. You know, when parents are lying there, we know it's an effort. Parents are sitting there and they're saying, you know, I know I should be reading to my child. Every parent will tell you that they need to, but we want to make it engaging. We want the kid to be bringing the parent to the bedtime story reading. So we insert the QR codes.
Yeah.
You put the QR code.
So can I try this on my phone now? Let's put this to the test, eh?
So, so this is chapter 34.
Okay, chapter 34. I've got my phone out here. I don't know if you can actually see this or not, Mzansi. Let me just see if I can actually unlock my phone first.
And then, so what you'd actually see...
There we go. Okay, go to my camera. I think this is coming on the screen as well. So, QR code, scan, show options, open up in browser.
Then look at cool videos.
And let's see what comes up. Ah, okay, epic videos.
Epic videos.
You know, Benin, awesome photos. Let's just allow that. Chapter 9, audiobooks. Hey, man, this is pretty cool. So this is literally what I've just done right now while engaging with a book. Just quickly go to a QR code and it extrapolates even more information, right?
Raul, every single chapter, and the beauty about this is that if you're feeling lazy as a parent, you can play the audiobook to the kid at night. So, and read by Murray as well. So very entertaining, and we want to make it a little bit more than just one-dimensional.
I gotta ask, man, I mean, this is pretty cool. This is like 20 years of your life encapsulated into this book, and now it's like not only just your memories, but it's almost something that's going to inspire kids. What is that feeling like? That's pretty big, right?
Every time, this whole book tour, you know, we've been going around the country, and I get that question a lot, and it reminds me of the day meeting with Mr. Mandela when he said, what you've done is going to inspire the youth of the continent. I honestly, to a very select group of people, told them, when I walked away there, I said, I don't think Mr. Mandela knows what he's talking about. You know, how can I, Riaan Manser, inspire the youth of the continent? The greatest enthusiasm that I've ever unlocked in an audience is with children. Gee whiskers, you take this book. So It is. When you say it, we could all just nod and say, oh, it's going to inspire people and kids.
Yeah.
But the truth is that it is. And that is just, I don't want to be cliched and say it's humbling, but it's a pretty cool feeling.
Oh, I can imagine, man. I think for everybody that's ever wanted a chance to sit down with you at a campfire, here's almost an alternative version because they can get some of those campfire stories. But on top of that, man, it's not just kids you're inspiring. The options and the moments that I've listened to you in some of these interviews as well, I've been inspired. I'm someone that loves the outdoors, but you invoke this passion for more. And I love that about you, and I love that about what both of you are doing right now. So we're going to continue with this conversation, Mzansi. Don't go anywhere. We're going to dive into this book and more about these gents. There's a competition happening as well. So let me talk to you about that before I go. So you're also going to stand a chance to win one of 2 copies of the book, My First African Adventure. And all you need to do is answer the following question. Now, which African country would you like to explore? And of course, tell us why. Now, enter by answering the competition form on our Facebook or Twitter pages, and you could win. And don't forget, the competition closes at midday today. That's the 7th of June, and your T's and C's apply and can be found on expressoshow.com. Without further ado, let's carry on with the magic. I will obviously be chatting to you guys again and these gents because I want to hear more and more and more about these adventures. So, of course, Mzansi, don't go anywhere. The magic shall continue. Let us catch up with the rest of the team right now.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, welcome back. Mzansi, your feel-good breakfast show, and we're choosing everything that is health, everything that's wildness, and everything that's adventure to it. Speaking of adventure, we're still standing by with adventure. Riaan Manser, and he's still with us this morning to discuss the release of his new children's book, My First African Adventure. Now, he, along with local journalist Murray Williams, have traveled all over the continent and the world, experiencing different cultures as well as the ways of life. Now, they've chatted to us a bit earlier about the book itself and are joining us again to talk about mental health aspects of their travel as well as adventures. And they brought along a buddy with them. I see James is joining us on the couch. How are you doing, James? James is just full of energy. I can clearly see that's his adventure. James, come over here. Don't worry. Don't worry about all these crazy cameras.
Calling you can do bummy bum.
Sense of adventure, the wild spirits in this one. He's almost half animal, half kid, eh?
It could go either way. Well, listen, Lucian is definitely a brave guy for
putting him up on
but
the
it's
couch.
awesome. It's, you know, we're appealing to kids, and James is a kid.
Hey, James, can I ask you a question? Have you read the book? Do you like it? I think is that a yes? Do you like the book? Is that a yes? Yes? Yes. I don't know if he's going to kill me. I don't know what's happening here, but I think that's a yes. I definitely think he's also hyped up about it. Murray, maybe I can ask you this question. I just want to touch on the book one more time. You've got 3 kids, right? You're someone that travels a lot. You're someone that's experienced a lot. When it comes to the accounts of this book, it seems to be very factual. Something that you can read out to your kids as well? Or is it something that they can just grab and just get engaged with on their own?
Yeah, thank you, man. Look, this is not a book that you read once. The whole intention behind this book is for us to create something that places itself in the middle of the family, that can be dipped into morning, noon, and night. You can go to a particular country and test yourself, quiz yourself on the facts. And James has a favorite story. What he was talking about earlier on page 54 was a pic of a bum. Whoop, you saw it. Anyway, this is a real story.
Yeah.
And we don't hide away from anything. Riaan's adventure was real, and it was scary. One man on a bicycle circumnavigating Africa over 2.5 years, and he went through a ton of emotions personally. And this book opens those conversations between a father and a son, between a father and a daughter, etc. So this is like a golden asset in the middle of a family to open our conversations about this beautiful continent we share.
Yeah, and with that being said, I mean, you being a journalist on your travel, sometimes you get experiences that are quite intense as well. Now, your perspective on travel, your perspective on cultures, obviously maybe certainly different to what other people might experience, but at the same time, travel has been known to give you that sense of growth, to give you that sense of awareness. What's that like for you? And is it something that you'd still encourage within others to travel, especially during this period that we're in right now, right?
Absolutely. I don't know if you've ever climbed inside a Land Rover Defender before.
Yeah, it's like that rugged man vehicle.
The moment you close the door, you know that something's up. There's a sense of adventure coming.
Yeah.
And I think post-pandemic, if you look at the mountains, you look at the beaches, look at mountain biking courses, so many people are just getting out there. It's now or never. People are reclaiming their health and their fitness like you spoke about.
Yeah.
And so, well, it's Father's Day in a week and a half's time. And so once again, this is not about the bike. This is about relationships, and it's about us exploring together. Because those memories that we're forging now will be with this guy forever. Yeah. A happy childhood really lasts a lifetime. And so that's what we've created here with a woman's touch, Chantal Tarling, our co-author. It's something we're really, really proud of.
I love that. And I mean, speaking of those memories, and Riaan, we were speaking about this as well, the fact that the book also has this sense of trying to encourage others, because not all parents are adventurers, right? Not all parents are going out there camping and experiencing all these crazy things. Have you experienced maybe on your adventure reading out the book or sharing it with some kids, do they get that sense of adventure when they start engaging with it? Do they get inspired to say, Dad, I want to go here, take me here?
No, it's incredible. It's incredible. If I sit with James and I show him...
James like, I don't want this mic.
So when I show James some of these pictures, it's just amazing. So he's heard these stories before. I mean, they've told him at school.
I don't want this one.
Okay, tell people what is in this picture, James. Tell me what happened over here.
Eating a little bit like that.
And so we were also for book launches. That wasn't very well explained, but I guess it was just very succinct.
I was just looking at his face, though, when he looks at the book as well. His eyes light up. He's like, you can see he's engaged with this, so he knows something about it.
So we did some reading at the exclusive books in Constantia, and it was incredible to have the parents come up to me afterwards and say, thanks for letting my child's imagination go. And I was just thinking, come on, I was just literally sharing real stories.
Yeah.
But the real thank you must go to those parents. Those parents are making an effort to get their children outdoors and experiencing the world. And I mean, that's applause to them. You know, the book is doing very, very well. It's selling. So that means this is sitting in those beds at night with the parents connecting with their kids.
I love that. That's awesome, man. I love the fact that this book also, like I said, inspires. I love the fact that it's also a real account of your journey, and the fact that you guys got together, being people and being parents and being understanding of what it takes to get them out there to create that adventure. Well done, gents. And I think this is going to be something that's going to be on many a coffee table, many a kid's bedtime story table. So if you haven't gotten one now, Mzansi, then this is your opportunity to get one. Don't forget, we've got that competition happening. And if you don't win the competition, don't stress. You can get these books online. They're available in many bookstores. Or you can reach out to Riaan or Mari online as well and chat to them about some of their incredible stories. Riaan, you're also going to be on Inside Essay, right? I believe, yes?
I believe so, yeah, man. I took those matrics to Mauritius. Looking forward to that. Fun stuff we did.
Monday, 6 p.m. Let's look forward to that one as well. But gents, seriously, thank you for inspiring, for getting us out there, for allowing us to grow, especially in a time now, like you were talking about, Mari, where the pandemic is slightly coming to a point where it's allowing us a little bit more freedom, which allows us to adventure. And with that comes growth and so many incredible memories. So gents, until the next one, thank you so much for doing this. And yeah.
Let's go ride together soon.
Yes, deal. I'm taking you up for that. All right, gents, have a beautiful night. Mzansi, of course, that was the magic when it comes to traveling our continent and all the beauty of it. And you want to get inspired to inspire your kids, and of course, get this book and read some of these beautiful stories for them. From us and from the adventure side of this table, let's carry on with the magic of the show and catch up with the rest of the team.